we're going to be firing right up. We'll see. I thought I changed the name. I changed the name of the stream. Stream Elements, what you doing? What is you doing? Okay. There's a lot by Tom Lehrer we could be working with. I don't know if I have the guts to try out new math yet, but certainly at some point. So what are the songs I've got? I'm not too far off. Since I still for now. Thanks for the lurk, Hawk. I think that there might be too much irony and I couldn't bear to sing that one. That's okay. We need to be eating songs from the song list. Pollution. Oh, nice. It did disappear. Don't drink the water. I think I'm starting to get it, and there's a stylistic aspect to it that I don't get to explore a lot. Thus we are working on it, as Tom Lehrer intends. If you visit American City, you will find it very pretty. Just two things of which you must beware. Don't drink the water and don't breathe the air. Pollution, they got smog and sewage and crime. Turn on your tap and get hot and cold running sludge. See the halibuts and the sturgeons being wiped out by detergents. Fish gotta swim, birds gotta fly. They don't last long if they try. Pollution, you can use the latest toothpaste. Then rinse out your mouth with industrial waste. Just go out for a breath of air, and you'll be ready for Medicare. City streets are really quite a thrill if the heads down catching monoxide will. Pollution, where it gets lost in a veil. Then you can breathe long as you don't inhale. Lots of things are there to drink, but stay away from the kitchen sink. Throw out your breakfast garbage and got a hunch that the folks downstream will do for lunch. So go to the city and see the crazy people there, like lambs to the slaughter. They're drinking the water Yeah, I think I actually got the hang of it, ironically. Thank you, Hawk, for updating all of the upgrades as well. That was fire. That was a lot from yesterday. Like, a stupid amount yesterday. In progress too familiar. Tom Lehrer. One more Tom Lehrer for now. So many upgrades. It was fire yesterday. Then blame the new invisible setup. Yeah, it looks entirely identical. And yet, I'll tell you that this has made a world of difference to me. It's been really nice. Actually, I should take a picture right now, as is, live. So I'll have a picture of me taking a picture. I mean, I kind of got a picture on the patch notes, but shot from live on stream. Is the lighting on the overhead gonna be a problem? Choo-choo. Is that a train? Saw a bunch of stuff about trains yesterday in Harrisburg. Oh, did you go to a train museum? I hope that that's what you meant, and you didn't see some tragic news about trains in Harrisburg. Trains from the 1940s, very cool. Very cool. Hawk says cheese for the photo. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, by the way, Faustin, if you want any music from Tom Lehrer, let me know. He's fun to play. I don't know why I closed that file, because it's just the same book. I believe that Tom Lehrer put literally all his music up for free. But I'll just send you, like for the sake of ease, the book that I have. Send a copy. It is all his music. Is the blunt cut the new trend? Well, if it is, that's purely coincidence. I don't know trends. Also, are you referring to the haircut? It just happens to be the hair that I got. Rather get a blunt cut wig, a blue one. That's cool. By the way, Faustin also streams. If you like the organ, you should check out their stream. Yeah, I didn't know it was called a blunt cut. I just wanted short hair. I was not aware of any trends. Leading up to that point, I was just like, maintenance, weather. And I can't say that it's helped with the weather, but I can't say that it's exactly hindered it, so... And it's certainly maintenance plus, minimum. So, I'll just have to deal with it. People seem to like it, and I'm kind of like neutral towards it. I think that the only negative to it for me is change in general. So, alas. Hello, Emmett. Spring is here, spring is here. Life is skittles and life is beer. I think the loveliest time of the year is the spring. I do, don't you? Of course you do. But there's one thing that makes spring complete for me, and makes every Sunday a treat for me. Thank you, Emmett, for the claps. All the world seems in tune on a spring afternoon when we're puzzling pigeons in the park. Every Sunday you'll see my sweetheart and me as we puzzle the pigeons in the park. When they see us coming, the birdies all try and hide, but they still go for peanuts when coated with cyanide. The sun shining Oh, cool. Double pedal line to the arrangement of Star Trek Voyager. Oh, fire. Oh, fire. So if anyone wants to hear a full set organ version of Star Trek Voyager, go follow. The Fashion organ. Thank you for the claps. There's the Voyager theme as we can muster it on piano. And nowadays, when I play the Star Trek themes, particularly the TV themes, I'm improvising a little bit more and more, so it's going to sound a little different each time. I think that was one of my favorite runs. So that was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. Thank you for the claps. Expressed in a teenage dream. Springsteen, a teenage dream. One dance to the love, one rock and through. Let's take your heartbreak and make it feel. Hits and the misses, feel the fire and rain. Close your eyes and listen, 'cause there's a start to everything. Yeah, there's a start to Coldplay alert. I play those too. Would watch Voyager often. Never got into Deep Space Nine. Honeymoon, Dolphin, Skydrum. Thank you for the claps. TNG was cool, didn't grow up watching it. I need to finish watching Deep Space Nine, and I'd actually like to make sure I watch every episode of Voyager. I do have, like, the main hindrance to me watching Star Trek is that I need to be doing something with my hands. And maybe if I get back into origami, I'll do more Star Trek watching, but that means severely less video gaming, which is pretty funny. I have a lot to catch up on. There's a lot I want to see. Holy crap. Like, I am maybe 2 years behind. Not counting all the old stuff that I want to see. Alas. I like what you're doing with them. Thank you. Thank you, Faustin. I appreciate that. I'll take that deeply as a compliment. History. I didn't accidentally pop anything out of the song list. Okay, good. Okay, we're on some Clair Obscur. Wait, did I lose the link for Clair Obscur? Did I not download it? Okay, hold on. We're looking for files. We're digging. Lorien. Gustave. That ain't it. Renoir. Unvitimier. Alicia again. Huh. Oops. Goodness gracious. Okay. We're gonna look through all of the live learns for the past month, and hopefully it's in there. Kinda should be, as far as I could tell. Ooh, I believe I found it. Open. Copy. Okay. This is what happens when I don't, like, immediately save it. Oscar. The title track, the history. It would be such a bummer if I didn't save it. Was it only last week, even? Yeah, I think it might have been even just last week. Let's try this. This should be the right one. Almost. We're getting closer. There it is. Well, that was too difficult to find. DS9 has some good episodes, it just wasn't my jam. I think that it was a little hard to work into for the first couple of seasons, and then it really strikes a groove in the third season, as many Star Trek shows tend to do. Alright, that's more like it. Oh, yes, I see. I see what the issue is. And I do, in fact, have it in there. Okay. Cool. Alas. Yeah, we found it. Thanks for that request, Huma. That just earned a pretty rare upgrade, which is pretty nice. We're gonna call that performance ready. Let me just double check something actually before I say that. Yes, yeah. I was just making sure that it wasn't actually significantly faster than I expected. But this is the club score thing. Copy. In progress to performance ready. Thank you for the request, Uma. Also nice to see you. We should get a focus chew. Oh, good. I don't sing that one. One sec. It's got dark way sooner than initially anticipated. So we're adjusting the lighting again. Let me just double check the overhead is alright. Overhead's alright. Alright. Yeah, blue. Restoration mode. It's been a long time. Emmett's thrown in a live learn. Huma's memeing on a Hate of Muse score, and I understand. I don't agree, but I think some of us are just built different. No, I'm kidding. I think what happens is that, you know, when you get really accustomed to a very certain type of slop, it's not too bad to deal with. You know what I mean? Those are some really aggressive eyebrows. Basically, I can handle a pretty solid distribution of slop because I've gotten very good at interpretations, making my own artistic choices. My Chaos Gremlin has a drum set now. Huma, why did you do this to yourself? You're the one with the finances. Like, you did that to yourself. Joni Mitchell, blue. Oh, let me see. Should this be swung? anything about Joni Mitchell. To live life, experiencing life is necessary. She likes drums. I love that. Do you think that this should be swung, or should I just listen to it like an actual musician? Oh, that is not swung at all. Okay, that's straight. Okay. So sometimes I get thrown off if something's typed in jazz font. You must forgive me for this one. Huma's posted his Chaos Gremlins new drum kit in Discord. There's a vocal part on this that I'm like just not aware of, because it doesn't tell me that there is a vocal part. Not be able to keep it if I don't Yeah, it sounds like there's a whole vocal part to this song that I don't actually have the information to process. It's like not on the piece of music that I have, so unfortunately we're gonna have to yeet this one until we can get a version out there. If you find a version out there with the vocals in it, I'll give a shot at actually singing it proper. But unfortunately, this one doesn't. Alas. It's the only way to find out is to play it. Karma Police. Radiohead. Let's see. A pure instrumental transcription. Alright, cool. So, let's try that. Alas, this will not make it as the first Radiohead song on the song list, but you're always free to try again for only 2,500 channel points. Much appreciated. It was a fun live learn. I just don't think I'm personally grooving with it, but I think I got a pretty good gist of it for a person who also doesn't have any idea what it sounds like. I'm not sure I've ever heard this song. Hawk comes in back from Lurk, ready to murder me. He just locks and loads. And now we're gonna make an attempt at a Sunshine etude. By far one of my favorite etudes. It's an Izzy fave and a main mission song. I know that Radiohead song, Hawk Says. I'll have to give it a listen at some point. Y'all should feel free to throw in whatever you like into recommended listening. It's always appreciated, even if I know it. Because I'm always looking for music that I'm not personally familiar with. It's really good for my focus. Do you think that maybe it's like at some point I may forfeit this attempt because I will conclude that I no longer have the technical capability, and the moment that I do it, I'll make that last attempt and go, you know what, I can't do this. Oh man. you for your lurk, Hilbert. Sorry, there was a fly. Is there some... I'm just triple checking whether there's some technical, mechanical movement I need to be refining to make this move, because it seems like this is like way more difficult than it should be. The actual hard part. So like I was just kind of triple checking the fact that I wasn't overlooking something obvious about my positioning. Like I know that it's not finger numbers. And then there's like 1.5 pages of treble, and then it kind of goes back to the A theme. And Yeah. That's natural. Okay. That's correct. Yeah, okay. How did I ever calculate that? One note at a time, probably? I should have probably written down the fact that this part is it's basically in D major, and so that is no trouble. And then it's not in D major anymore. It was nice while it lasted. Yep, okay. Is that the higher? Yep. Yep, okay, cool. Hello, good evening, Shorty. You can, by the way, you can always request stuff in the chat. I'll demonstrate in a moment. Bumblebee. Stuff like that. Did that work? Nice to see you. Yeah, Streamer Songless' primary flaw is the fact that it logs people out constantly, except for the fact that I think it's actually Twitch's fault. And so Twitch logs people out constantly, and that's pretty difficult to work with. Thank you for the request, Hawk. For having worked on some of the Sunshine Etude, we are now more powerful for it. This is NIB by Black Sabbath. Let's see. How long is this? Just so I can get a sense of it. Live learn. The fan is Beyonce-ing your hair. I hope you enjoy. Thanks, Hawk. Indeed. Not only him, but also Tom Lehrer. very riff-oriented indeed. Thanks for the live learn. Thanks for the live learn very much. And thank you for the claps too. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. I think we've got the essence of that riff. Hold on. Are you getting that buzzing as much as I am? I think you are. Okay, hold on. Bring it in. Just double check a couple of things. Like just refining some sounds. Okay, let's try that. Coincidence machine, hello and good morning. Okay, hold on. The buzzing's gonna drive me nuts. I don't think that buzzing was there before. Oh, you're right. You might hear some things in your ears if you are using headphones for a moment. you for your lurk. Thank you for your lurk. Let's try that again. Please let me know if the buzzing's any better. It is prominent in my left ear. I'm trying to find out. It's not that. Not hearing any buzzing? That's good. Thank you for the claps. Thank you very much. That is very reassuring. Now I'm just gonna adjust some things on the monitor side, and hopefully that clears it for my experience. Thank you very much for that request. Let's throw the actual other track for the love story into the chat also. Did I spell that right? I am wearing earplugs. That's funny. That's funny. Okay. Flight of the Bumblebee? Maybe not now. I put that in myself. That was my fault. Thank you again, Shorty. Blue Monk. So, yeah. Let's see if this is the version that I should be playing. How many weirds out are we? I feel like we had a sunset already. Now we're having another sunset. This is weird. The lighting's weird. Okay. loving the way that this left hand is arranged, but I don't know enough about jazz to suggest otherwise. And I don't know how to improve upon the other version that I have. So let's just see whether in the 2 years since I last attempted searching for Blue Monk, whether a new version of Blue Monk has appeared on MuseScore. As it seems like a really cool track to be able to play, but thank you for the jazzy alien. That's Monk's brand. Is that what it sounds like? Is that what it should sound like? If that's what it should sound like, then I concede the point. Where are we looking for? Another version? Blue Monk, and we're going to search. Do we have an advanced search on this page? What if I did this? Piano. That narrows things down not as much as I anticipated it would. That's very funny. There's also Light Blue by Thelonious Monk. That's a completely different song. Whoa, blipped. Ah, thank you, Shorty. No, glad you enjoyed it. Glad you enjoyed it. Okay. Kind of live learning. Thank you. play the sati whenever you want or not. Just wanted to throw a suggestion to the queue. Coincidence machine, every single request that comes through the stream is much appreciated. Including this one. This one I don't think I've attempted in maybe 2 or 3 years. And I'm going to trust your judgment on the left-hand texture. If that's what it's supposed to sound like, I'll take it. As long as I know that the version that I'm playing is like worthy of the original, if that makes sense, right? I want it to be respecting of the style that I'm trying to emulate, falling short of having the ability to actually improvise the jazz. So it's very much appreciated. Lazy Sod, hello. Welcome to the live action piano simulator. Nice to meet you. Izzy trusts others. Writes this down. Well, that's a little, maybe that's a little bit of a stretch. Trust is a big word. I may be one of the most paranoid people you know. So thank you very much for that coincidence machine. It was a really good one to revisit and kind of like reinforce, because I'm not sure I had that version really locked in. So we'll be working on it in upcoming days. That was a good one to bring back. So this one is a love story on which the Love Story X Golden Brown track is based off of, in part. Hold on. There we go. That was the original love story by Indila. Indila? Let me check that off. I think it might go a little faster. Hello, Jana. Yana, perhaps? Welcome to the live action pianist simulator. Thank you for the request for KK Bossa. We'll bump you up because that's I believe that's will be your first request. The KK Bossa from Animal Crossing. Oh, yeah. Very much in progress. Very much something that I aspire to play, but don't quite have the groove for yet. We'll see. Things have been pretty groovy this weekend, so we might be able to click right into it. It's been a long time since I attempted this. Okay, so that's where that goes. It's was a challenge. That was not easy. That was great though. Much appreciated. I should actually mark that as challenger difficulty. That was fun. Crazy. Challenger difficulty. Very jazzy. I love Latin jazz. It's probably one of my favorite musical genres of all time, Latin jazz. It's also a genre that is completely inaccessible to me, like mechanically. Groove-wise, I'm unable to completely access what is required to execute Latin jazz. So I admire from afar, and I work on jazz, and I work on Spanish music as separate elements, and hopefully one day it'll kind of start sinking into an ability to access that. Jana, you're on YouTube. Cool. Very cool. I see you now. I didn't see you before. Thank you for that request. If there's anything that... Oh, did you get a chance to subscribe on YouTube? If there's anything that you want to request and you're subscribed on YouTube and the streamer song list blocks you from being able to request it, please type it into the chat. It's intended to be free for all followers, but until streamer song list starts cooperating with YouTube, I will have to maintain the followers kind of manually at the moment. I thank you for that request, and I thank you for the kind words, as it's very much still in progress for me. So each time we play, it's going to sound a little better. Money Mitch, hello, welcome to Live Action Pianist Simulator. Nice to meet you. Let's check this out. Yeah, KK Bassa from Animal Crossing, that was fun. I've been wanting to play that for years, so that's a good step forward. The Gymnopédie by Eric Satie. Number 3, not to be confused, as he wrote 3 of them. I should probably bookmark on this. Cool. now. Do we feel like improvising on this? Finding out. There we go. That's the Gymnopédie number 3 by Eric Satie. Thank you for the request. Coincidence Machine. We're poking some really old tracks these days. Hawk6 Phoenix decided we are going to play something else aggressively difficult. This is an interruptible request because it is really long. And I didn't really properly learn it in any sort of formal setting, so we are learning it on stream. This marks the, 4th, 5th attempt? Oh, of course, you're welcome, Coincidence Machine. Satie was a Thelonious monk of the 1800s. It's very true. I can read. The one with all the buzzing? Oh, you shush. Is this a bug or a feature? Yes. Something like that. Okay. Interruptible. This is... chat, feel free to interrupt this piece. Okay. 1 second. Quick break. I need to check something. Just had to fix something. That's all. I feel like maybe I'm running through this current track a little bit more carefully than I did the first 4 times. Which is unfortunate because it's slowing me down. Or I'm like more neurotic about accuracy here than I was before, which is weird. 2 flats, 2 flats, 2 flats. And maybe it's because at the beginning I failed to internalize what the key signature actually was. We'll see. This is very much a method stream. Get a look into the mindset so there's this interesting part where I wrote down anapauses, and the reason why I did is because it sounds like a very fast version of a particular theme from a Genshin track. Okay, so we're still on 2 flats. That's actually a 4. Slow and steady wins the race, Hawk says. Unfortunately, I played it slightly better when I was flowing faster. I can't have a solid explanation for that. Fast and without a bend in can also win races. That's why. Okay. London, I think I should say. I think it's one of those phrases that kind of got warped over time and started getting misappropriated in terms of its literal meaning. Pianist Simulator. Nice to meet you, Black J. Thank you for bringing your friends. We're not always struggling like this, we just happen to be struggling at the moment. But let me know if there's something I can play for you today. We have been playing quite a lot of random material. Warmaha, hello, welcome. The Black J Raid, nice to meet you. So do you stream music? You also stream music. Nice to meet you. I shall give you a follow. Thank you. Is that actually chromatic? No, I don't think that is. Baldur's Gate. Oh, yes. Let's do it. We made a solid 8 pages into the Chopin Ballade. Very nice, very nice. Sorry, every time I think of Baldur's Gate, I think of this particular meme. Where I read something like, the 3 gates when they get Baldur or something. I don't know, I didn't play it. Each time someone requests something, it gets better, so this might be a tiny bit scuffed because I don't remember how it goes. Oops. We're gonna fire away. Okay. It goes about this fast. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Saxy Saturday, where I play jazz badly. That's probably a lie. I bet you're fantastic. I don't follow a lot of saxophonists, so I should change that. Maybe there's not a lot of saxophonists streaming. But I appreciate anyone who can play a wind or brass instrument. Those are all fairly mysterious to me. But I'm glad you enjoyed this. This was fun. And we'll do a little bonus XP because I am so out of practice with this one. So let's get this warmed up. Should be better the second time. And if you gotta run, I totally understand. Streams are exhausting, man. Thanks for the emotes. Those are fun. Piano is... Oh yeah, I remember McDoodle. So I think I had more of a chance of rating McDoodle when I was streaming later in the night. And I have since gotten quite decrepit, and I can't quite stream as late as I used to. So here we are. Neptune music, monologues, poetry in the chat. Nice. That's cool. People are doing all sorts of cool things on Twitch. We love this. Time zones are whack. Oh yeah. So it's getting old. Thank you very much for that request. For the Baldur's Gate main theme, it needed like a bit of a kick. And we got it back in place. So that worked out pretty well. Voyeur by Elton John. I specialize... Wait a second. I worked on this. So, like, am I just not able to spell it? Am I just not able to spell it? I had actually gotten partway in, though. Like, how did that happen? Hold on. I'm gonna search something. I don't have any records of having attempted this in the upgrade records. So, not local files. Import, Google Drive. Few multi-instrumentalists who sometimes play sax. Music as code is one. Mixed toots. Cool. Oh, McDoodle also streams earlier, but not on the days I stream. Oh. Coincidences upon coincidences. Let's see. Elton John. Voyeur is indeed in the diving board. That's where it is. Okay. Genres, pop, albums, diving board, years. I knew briefly, and I've forgotten since 2013. Okay. There he is. Emmett also might stream. Emmett might stream. We would look forward to it once you do. God, that's a weird feeling. Okay. posted my Discord testing with new gear. Yeah, I mean, like, you've got that new gear, so you should, if you've got the desire to go stream, you should totally do it. Thank you for that request, Emmett, for Voyeur by Elton John. This is one of my more obscure Elton John tracks. Like, half of the Elton John tracks are relatively known, and then there's the other half is like, who, what? Nobody's ever heard of that. But I think I'm starting to... Thank you so much for the comments. That's really appreciated. Thank you, Emmett. I'm starting to kind of... I think part of why I like playing some of those obscure ones too is because my hands are starting to absorb some more of Elton John's patterns. And the more that I can improvise like him, the more I can start reaching into a couple of these tracks that have no writing at all. So I'd really like to kind of get into that. Playback mode. This is in pretty good shape. Hold on. There are two sharps. I love playing that one. What's going on? What a fantastic emote right there. It's a fantastic emote right there. That one's really fun. Okay. Maybe last call? Thank you for that request. The singing pentatonic phrases. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Be right back. I also often think of the He-Man version whenever I think about that particular piece of music, so I might be on Tumblr a lot. That was 4 non-blondes. What's going on? And yeah, last call into the chat. I'm gonna play a couple of last things. Let's see. Let's see if this is in as nice shape as it was yesterday. Scoot that over there. Okay. Ooh, thank you, song list bot. That's unbelievably funny. All right. Rapid as wildfires. Thank you for the claps, Hilbert. Sorry. My brain did a little defaulting. Did a little autopiloting, then I saw the H. Hawk 6 Phoenix did not rig that Genshin Impact request at all. Not even a little bit. Thank you for the claps. That was one of the first battle themes in Genshin Impact, Rapid as Wildfires. With that, we should raid out. So, grab a raid call of your choosing. And we will find somebody who's twitching this evening. You're all appreciated. Let's check this out. Thank you too. If anyone has stream suggestions for raids, might be Spirit Music, might be Frankly playing. Frankly's on 3 hours. I won't do that to him. Maybe another day when I'm on earlier. Yeah. You too. Wishing you a good night too. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the requests. Thank you everyone who hung out, chatted a bit, lurked a bit. You're all appreciated. This piece of music, this whole thing would not be possible without you. I'm just kind of checking out if we've got some other musicians to raid, as that will generally be our target. Not picky on the instrument at all. Not picky. Not picky on the style. Let's raid somebody new. Let's raid a drummer. I love drummers. I love listening to drummers. Let's go. Thank you all for playing the live action piano simulator. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. And if I was a little bit more portal about it, want you gone. Alright, see ya. Have a good night.